Here we go, round 3 action right here live on Twitch on Speed Gaming. A battle of two of the best one-on-ones you're ever going to find. Left side of your screen, it's the Enforcer Falconic. Right side of your screen, the Upstart SpellZapp. My name is Wukleosis, and I'm joined for our maiden voyage by Degwu. Degwu, tell us about the party selection today.
Well, Falconic over on our left-hand side has, it corrupted his SpellZapp of sorts and got him to agree to a double red mage, double white mage party. And basically, the team hats of sorts. This is going to be an interesting run for sure. Horrible early magic is going to make this very interesting.
That's right. This is an agreement by both players. 2 red mages, 2 white mages. It was proposed by Falconic. They went through a couple different machinations. This is what they agreed on, both players honoring that. The red mage was forced, and the black mage is banned. Walks the plank, of course, for the third round here in the Swiss 2019 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. Starting on the left side of the screen, the Enforcer Falconic, member of Team Vorpal. Now, I came in to Final Fantasy Randomizer with Falconic within a month of each other. We've grown together, became very good friends, very strong players. We work together with strategy, do different things. We work behind the scenes together. Degwu, you have a similar story with SpellZapp.
You know, I really do. We grew up in the Duckling Pond with my mother duck herself, Moist Mogwai, teaching us and stuff like that. And it was actually 4 of us, Gregley and Asher, and we all kind of, and Brax, and we all kind of grew up together in this Duckling Pond. And SpellZapp actually came later, and he became a force to be reckoned with in maybe 2 weeks. Like the first race, he had a hard time. Second race, he came back, and he just showed us that he was a top tier contender out of the new players, and he's been getting better and better. And honestly, out of all the new players, he's probably my second dark horse.
I'd like to thank Carito for taking care of the restreaming. He's done so much for Final Fantasy Randomizer in this spring tournament. We can't thank you enough, Carito. Thank you. Players, he's about to let the players go. We're about to get started right here live on Twitch. Right here, twitch.tv/speedgaming. And later on, reloaded and re-uploaded over on YouTube. As these players are about to get off very quickly. And here we go. Great matchup of 1-on-1s. And SpellZapp has directly to the White Magic Shop, as does Falconic. Fog 2, Invis 2, okay, that's good. And Black Magic, absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Oh. They do have, they're confused at least. That at least maybe lets them, the enemies, they kill themselves. I guess that's a plus.
Yeah, Degwu, my first thought right here is go outside of Canaria and walk around in the woods, take on some imps, confuse them, and at least get to level 2 before you really venture off and maybe route divergence?
I mean, I would even check early King. He might have a canoe or something like that. Get a couple save items, and you can make your journey.
Iron Hammer's being equipped along with a falchion for SpellZapp. He saves and he's up. He's headed towards the Temple of Fiends. Right behind him is the Enforcer. Neither player... No, Falconic's doing it. Falconic's doing what it was that I would do. Great run off the hard power cycle. SpellZapp gets already to the first chest, 11,000 gold. Falconic can't get a fight to save his life.
I mean, that 11,000 gold itself is really good. If you get early armor, early weapons. Zombies right now just have the paralyzing touch. Oh, and hit hard.
Dan's gone for SpellZapp. Zombies can take you out pretty quickly. SpellZapp's able to get away. Falconic's doing what it is that I would do. He does have the information about that first run, though. Hard power cycle in first run. SpellZapp resets. SpellZapp's got to do it again. But he knows what it is that's going to happen. He knows the encounters. He's got that all mapped. He knows exactly how far he can get. He knows the contents of the first chest. Meanwhile, Falconic trying to take out these imps to get to level 2. He will get to level 2 across the board for his warriors. SpellZapp's adjusting. Look at him turn around and leave, and heads directly to Garland after the 11,000 gold. He's going to use hold. Oh boy. Amy's gone. SpellZapp fires the hold, and he paralyzes Garland. He's going to try to hack away with iron hammers. Oh boy. Not move. Ugh.
This is a bold plan. I have to admit, if I had confused, I know it was 73 gold, but this is going to be here for a while.
Falconic's going to get the 11,000 gold. SpellZapp continues to whack away, 1 damage at a time as Garland is still paralyzed. Falconic gets the bad news of a cabin and the falchion in the other chest, but he might be able to attack with that. He hits the zombies. These zombies are in the player's head. SpellZapp wiped to him earlier. Falconic gets away. Garland has broken his paralysis. He's out of his coma, and he's starting to attack SpellZapp. SpellZapp resets. Unrunnable wolves for Falconic. Ooh, this party selection, Dengwu, it's already starting to rear its head.
It is. Horrible magic, although the Confuse kind of allows it. But at the same time, SpellZapp didn't get the Confuse, and so he's trying to just, whittle away Garland, but Garland has 2 hits and is hitting for triple digits almost.
Yes, SpellZapp's going to adjust. He's going to use those Invis 2 charges. That was available at level 1. He's going to try to avoid it. SpellZapp gets 2 of them off, and he hits the hold. The hold has good accuracy, especially on Garland. So Garland's paralyzed, and he's going to start the hacking. As Falconic continues with the confused wolves, and they're going to take themselves out. Falconic takes out the wolves. That's level 3 for the Enforcer. I'd like to welcome Will Bloodworth to the chat. We'd like to thank C Mini 2 for the subscription live right here on Speed Gaming with a Twitch Prime account. Falconic leaves, and he uses that cabin that he found in the chests to save. Now he can hack away at Garland. Garland misses SpellZapp. He's got that evasion up, and he's going to try to hack away.
He got the Confuse off, so Garland's going to hit himself for a pretty good amount of damage.
What happens in Final Fantasy Randomizer inside the game when an enemy hits the Confuse status? It's a status. It's much like paralysis. It's the same thing. They attack themselves with the fire spell. It's Fire 1. They essentially cast that on themselves. Garland is up against Falconic. SpellZapp continues to try to hack away. There's 10 for SpellZapp. Another 1. Falconic fires the Confuse and it hits.
This is the epic battle. I mean, this may be more epic than Endgame trying to take on Chaos right now.
SpellZapp just continues to hack away. Large time investment from SpellZapp, Dengu. He's really going to take Garland out, and he does! Falconic at a higher level. He's got more HP. He's lost 1 warrior, and he moves to the evasion. SpellZapp rescues Princess Sarah. He gets a ribbon from the King of Canaria and the ruby from Princess Sarah.
Well, this SpellZapp has a very beautiful hair now, and then he gets to feed the Titan if we get the ship. So, to go with those cute hats and stuff like that, he now has a ribbon.
Garland continues to miss Falconic. He's got the same time investment that SpellZapp did. He's out of spells. He's going to continue to whack away, going after Ozzy. Ozzy tries to fight back and misses. SpellZapp returns to the white magic shop. Going to pick up those spells that he couldn't before. Fog 2. Past the 6-minute mark. Falconic takes out Garland. And he rescues Princess Sarah. Pick up his ruby and his ribbon. Now what, Dengu? It looks like SpellZapp's headed towards Matoya and the shuffled town of the original Provoca.
I would definitely do that. Just because there's 2 free chests, and you get to see what the town is. And the town might have a weapon shop. Your red mages aren't that bad. I mean, if you find a silver sword, the red mages, could become a frontline. Oh, and there's the game chain.
Oh, Vorpal. Advantage Falconic. Picking up that Vorpal early in this game and having that information, given that is Falconic's preferred endgame weapon, and it's going to be equipable, albeit it's going to be a red wizard eventually, we think. But that could be an advantage for the Enforcer in this match. SpellZapp playing really well. He's almost all the way, utilizing that huge run, heads to the original Provoca and finds Crescent Lake.
Yeah, this was a very good one. The 10s are only 23 gold. You have that huge run off the encounter power cycle. And now you get another key item, plus you have armor and a weapon shot.
A key item from the Circle of Sages. I'd like to thank Rafe Hates Caleb. Caleb taking care of all the tracking. He's in the background helping us out, letting us know what it is that's going on. Always a pleasure to have you, Caleb. Thank you for joining us. I missed any level 6 magic.
Ice 3 black magic was in the 3rd slot. Was the only notable one that I...
That's going to be locked out. A red wizard can only learn the 1st slot.
And there was Lit 2 and Fire 2, I believe.
Falconic picks up his Vorpal SpellZapp, finds the confused old men, and he gets the tail. In this party composition, Dengwu, as much as you want, a ship or something like that here, I gotta be relieved to see that tail, because you're going to be able to class change sometime soon.
Yeah, the class change just opens up a lot for the red mage and the red wizard, especially on some of the stuff. Or I'm sorry, the white wizard. There's some spells that only the wizard can learn that the white mage can't learn, and you might be able to get that early fade if you need it for your entire party.
Yeah, it was Lightning 2 right here. We see it on Falconic's screen. One fine day pointing out in chat live right here that no one's going to go back for a Lightning 2 at level 6 for a red wizard. And there was really nothing in the level 6 white magic. Good news, bad news, I don't know. We really need to see that fade. A life 2, heal 3 as well. Falconic picks up his tail. SpellZapp is run Northwest Castle. Look at him utilize that run.
Yeah, he's using it, and he's making... he's just traveled the entire... intercontinent there real quick. And it's Provoca that's Elfland. Okay, this is good.
White magic, level 2. Cure 4 and Ruse. Okay. Invis could be a potential last resort. What about black magic, Dengwu?
I mean, I like the Ruse. Especially if you get a... Oh,
Nuke! Nuke has been found! Level 2 magic! Big break for these players.
Oh, and Saber, by the way.
We're gonna see some Saber usage later on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as much as we like Nuke and everything like that, that Saber makes, especially at level 2, it increases your attack and your hit percentage. I mean, you can't argue with that at all.
SpellZapp initiates the fight with the pirates. He's got one shot of Nuke on his red mages. They're gonna be able to take him out. Falconic picks up his cabin and 5,000 gold. He's headed towards the original Elfland. He's going to get the good news of Nuke as SpellZapp starts to use it just past 10 minutes right here live on Speed Gaming.
Poor Bicky never had a chance against Nuke, and he gets rewarded with the bottle.
Bicky had a bottle the entire time, imagine that. No sign of a vendor item yet. Take a look at the armor shop on SpellZapp's screen. 10,000 gold. Gold bracelets. Why can't we get these seats? Then Nuke at level 2, 10,000 gold. Why can't we get these?
Because apparently I just like to get Lefane here at Elfland instead.
Don't SpellZapp. 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 SpellZapp.
Who is this SpellZapp character? I tell you, I thought I taught him better. How dare he sell the Vorpal like that? I would just like to apologize on the behalf of all the recently graduated ducklings. Will, what SpellZapp has done is not a representative of us, okay? That was just... I don't even know what he did. That was just awful.
In all absolute seriousness, if we look at endgame weapons, the Excalibur's not going to be able to be used as Falconic picks up his bottle. We're forced to the Marsh Cave right now. SpellZapp wanted that body armor in the gold bracelets, found that price, and he sacrificed the game changer. So we're down to, for SpellZapp right now, you better find that Mazmoon. I don't know if a Sun Sword can cut it. He did see Saber. That level 2 magic, it shares a level with Nuke. So we're gonna revisit that in, I don't know, about 80 minutes or so. That potential decision when he moved the Game Changer.
And you do bring up a good point. You have to find the Moss at this point, or the Sun Sword. I mean, I guess if you find the defense, possibly.
That sword is an option as well, I guess.
But I mean, it's the same thing as the Vorpal almost, with I believe, a slightly less crit rate.
I don't know about that. Falconic has closed the gap. He's on the same floor as SpellZapp. Utilizing that run, SpellZapp uses a nuke to take out the undead pack. Falconic runs into some scums. There's level 4 for SpellZapp.
So his next encounter, Falconic, should be the Geists.
Yep,
but he got a
Silver Bracelet. SpellZapp can add that to his armor collection. He resets. He used some of his magic charges. He does not have a house. SpellZapp's headed into the basement of the Marsh Cave now.
Yeah, with the reset that he did, I'm wondering if he's going to just kill off that white wizard down in the last spot.
Might be an interesting idea. There's unrunnable gargoyles. Falconic closing the gap. SpellZapp with a nice lead that was a little misleading because he was using that long run. Falconic has caught up. They are high-fiving, holding hands right now in the same tile in the Marsh Cave.
And they're both on the same encounter pattern, so whatever SpellZapp runs into, Falconic's going to run into, and vice versa, because there's a long hero run off that first that power cycle. Or hard reset, I should say.
Falconic will run into his scums very quickly that SpellZapp was just able to get away from. A couple more chests here. There's a ribbon that's loose. That's 2 ribbons now for SpellZapp. Falconic's right behind him. He's putting them on both red mages to survive, trying to take out the wizards. They're runnable, and SpellZapp draws 2 of them. Glare comes out, but a nuke from SpellZapp takes him out. Falconic got his ribbon. There's the ship. Okay.
More unrunnables. The mucks.
He's got to use another nuke shot on this. They've got cremate. SpellZapp gets the nuke off. He can heal, though. Falconic healing. Level 5 for SpellZapp. SpellZapp healing. Falconic draws 4 wizards. Glare misses. Glare misses. Falconic gets away. He's got his ship.
They got away, but they still have to get out of here, and there's some unrunnables, and they're running out of nuke charges. I believe SpellZapp's down to 1, and Falconic, I think, has 1 left, too.
The scorpions can bash you. But SpellZapp has the armor and the chance to run away. There's the scorpions for the Enforcer. He does not have the armor that SpellZapp did. He refused to sacrifice. There's Blizzard from the Arachnids. There's only 1 Arachnid in this formation. The ribbon saved him. He's down to 3 warriors, and he's gonna heal. Falconic's on the encounter now. There's the Blizzard. And hit 3 of his warriors survive. Wow. And there's an Ice Sword. Welcome pickup for SpellZapp.
The Ice Sword's gonna, I mean, that's nice. You can save some of your nuke charges if there's 1 enemy instead of using your nuke if you need to, because your Red Wizard's gonna be able to hit decently. Uh-oh, he ran into 2 black. Oh, no, he got away from the spider.
Got away. We are neck and neck. Nearing the 17-minute mark. We expected this to be an incredibly competitive match. SpellZapp's hit a huge run again. Look at this run.
Yeah, I think they're back. Yeah, I think they're both on that power, or that very long first encounter. Oh, shadows at the end for Falconic, but looks like they're just punch happy.
Looks like that one might have been One Fine Day. Was that where what Dangu said? Was that where it came back around? The 256 steps came back around. I think that is what happened. Level 5 for Falconic, he's out. Both players are out with their ship. SpellZapp's the first to start sailing the high seas. Where are you going, Dengwu? You grew up with SpellZapp. You guys graduated Ducklings together. What are you doing now?
He would definitely check the Melman first, and then probably go to Crescent, just because of that. Plus, there's a Ruby that's there, so I think he's gonna check both, especially with the long power cycle. I mean, the long run. You might as well. It'll only take you a couple, maybe a minute tops, and there's OnRack right there where Melman is.
And that's the Oxyale. It's available in OnRack. So that opens up another option that we know of. You can dive the Sea Shrine right now. SpellZapp is not... SpellZapp is going to hard reset. He's going to turn in the Ruby, key item from Sarda. Just like Dengwu said.
I mean, with me personally, with Oxyale there, and having spellcasters, I'd almost be willing with nuke charges to take a couple fights and gain the levels.
There's a white shirt for SpellZapp. That's a very welcome find. You'll have 3 Invis 2 casters at that point. Well, actually, you would have could potentially 5, because Invis 2 was in the 4th slot for a Red Wizard. And he's got the tail as well. Falconic's heading towards the original Melmond. He's going to find OnRack. Here we go. SpellZapp turns in the Ruby. What is from Sarda? Slab. At this point, we have access to 2 more towns, Dengwu. It's the original OnRack and the original Crescent Lake. Should those be Lefane and Melmond, respectively, that could be another monkey wrench in the cog.
And it's interesting because they have all these fetch quests still. They still have the bottle turn in, and now they have the slab. I mean, it's not a bunch, but they still have a lot of sailing to go around. I mean, they haven't found a Melman yet, so they can't turn in the slab in yet, or Lefane. So, but that might be airship locked at this point.
Okay, Dengwu, you said that SpellZapp would check the original Melmond, check Sarda, and then head to Crescent Lake, the original Crescent Lake area. That is where he's going. If it's Gaia, he can turn in the bottle. If it's Melmond, he can translate. But I just got a feeling it's going to be Lefane.
Probably just to mess with everybody. Yeah.
Question, did SpellZapp check Sarda? He did. Picked up the slab. Falconic about to pick up the slab. Town Shuffle is on. So let's see what the Crescent Lake is. Gaia.
And they have the bottle, which they got from the pirates. Ooh, Life 2 not available, actually. That's not for the Red Wizard, at least.
Correct. Volcano's going back through the Titan Tunnel. SpellZapp picking up heal potions on his way to the spring. Falconic, what are you doing? Releasing the bottle. About to remove from Falconic. Releasing the bottle, rearranging his inventory the way he wants it.
I think because the bottle... I think the fairy's going to give us the adamant. Just for some odd reason. You know, make our runners travel around. However...
Okay. I didn't see that coming, Dengwu.
I didn't either, which means they don't have the canoe, they can't go Volcano, they can't go Ice Cave, they can't go Waterfall.
Correct.
And they have all the incentivized town locations at the moment.
The next play is, well, it's got to be either Earth Cave or the original OnRack. I've got to think the original OnRack.
I mean, I would.
And
like I said,
what it could
with
be.
Oxyale, with Oxyale right there, the seed is basically telling you go into Sea Shrine, in my opinion.
You think so?
I would think so. At least, especially after going into Gaia for that turn in, I would go right back and just go check it out. And Seahogs with Thunder.
SpellZapp's getting ravaged. He gets a nuke off. He's down to 2 warriors. We'll see what he wants to do. Falconic has his loot. That's required. We know that the original OnRack can't help us. Progression-wise. We know that. SpellZapp knows that. Falconic knows it now. So it's either Earth Cave or dive into Sea Shrine.
And unfortunately, SpellZapp's got in his mind he wants to check out. Maybe he's hoping for Elfland for spells. You know, hope for the warp, maybe.
Yeah.
It looks like Falconic's following him.
SpellZapp heading to the original art. He's saving outside, so he didn't do a, I'm gonna save back here and reset if it's Lefane. And it's Melmond. Okay, things are starting to change a little bit. The runners, I mean, they got Nuke, they got all this other stuff, but now they get, you know, level 5 spells. Not what they wanted. Lightning 3 and Ice 2 are going to be learnable to the red mages. Top and bottom slot, level 5 magic.
So, I mean, I guess I can't really hate this play that much, but at the same time, when you look at it, you go, well, why'd you come here? And I guess if you're looking for spell charges, it makes sense. Yeah, but at the same time, now you have to make even more of a journey because this is not the exact easiest way to get back to Melmond.
SpellZapp translates his slab. Falconic translates his slab. We are neck and neck in a dead heat. Right here, 23 minutes live on Speed Gaming on Twitch. His name is Dengwu. My name is Wukleosis. Joined by Wraithhate's Caleb. We call him Caleb in the background. Zardia's working on some stuff as well. In the back, and Carito, big thank you, being our restreamer. We got a couple more matches coming up here in just 2 more matches today. What do we got? Hydra Fellows, Mr. Check Race himself at 1-1, taking on the 1-1 Pizzapotamus. It's going to be on Speed Gaming 2 at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and a little bit later on, he's with us in the chat. One fine day, 2-0, Battle of the Undefeateds. Takes on the 2-0 Lord of Synth, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be on Speed Gaming 3.
Yeah, I think both Razors now have realized that I think Oxyel is the way to go. Or, yeah, the Oxyel pickup into the water, since there's so many loose chests down there, and I think that's where they're going to go at this point.
SpellZapp re-enters. He's going to resurrect at least one of the white mages, and it is one. Falconic's got 3 warriors. One of his white mages is down. That's Ozzy. SpellZapp saves at the inn. Where is he going to go? He's going to the Earth Cave.
Yep, he doesn't have the money for Oxyel. I forgot. It's 14,000 for the Oxyel. He's only got 7,000.
SpellZapp enters the Earth Cave, 25-minute mark. Falconic's headed that way. Falconic is headed that way. This big long run really helps Dengwu. He can get to probably almost all the chests without an encounter, get some information, pick up a house, and nearly 3,000 gold.
I think the money is the most important at this point. I mean, obviously you want to find that loose item and stuff like that, but this at least allows you to go, ooh, a katana, that'll sell for good.
The only thing with selling the katana, which is what you want to do, he got to go somewhere else. Because the shuffled towns, they don't have an armor shop or a weapon shop. He's going to have to go back to Canaria to sell that. As Falconic has returned to the original Crescent Lake in Gaia, I think he's looking for levels? I think he's looking for Peds and Giants, maybe money?
I mean, you can try that, but we know off the power cycle you have a very long run.
He's gonna hawk his heel stick.
Oh,
he won't do it.
You seen it though, he hesitated.
He did not hesitate. He did not hesitate!
Oh, he hesitated. I seen it.
Did not hesitate. Falconic is doing what it was that I thought he was gonna do. Giants, this is the best money encounter that you can get. It's gonna be near 4,000 gold if he take out these 2 behemoths. SpellZapp re-enters the Earth Cave. He's gonna dive deeper. Great run for SpellZapp. He's got nukes. He can get back out of here should he find something that he wants. Power Stick, that sells well.
I mean, I guess for as far as he's gone, he might as well just go all the way to the Vampire and hope maybe Rod happens to be there. You know, hope for a little RNG luck and kill Lich, and then you can go over to Oxyel. Ogres with Trance.
Lands on 2 of his warriors. What do they have behind that is the question. We're not going to find out, at least right now.
Go ahead.
We'd like to thank Cyclone GU, good friend of Final Fantasy Randomizer, taking care of doing some updates in the background so we can bring this show to you fans right here on Speed Gaming.
Question in chat from Melee Wizard. Yes, they agreed to this party. There was some negotiations that went on, and they went with the double red wizard, the double white wizard, basically the team hats. And it's been a very interesting beginning to this, that's for sure. Spells were not nice. They had the confuse and hold to try and kill the Garland. And it was, a loose floater.
Wow. Huge move from SpellZapp. He finds one of the 2 loose items it's required, and it's game-changing. The floater loose in the Earth Cave. Advantage SpellZapp before the 30-minute mark. Wow. Wow.
It's weird too because the seed, at least it seemed to me was trying to point you to go to Sea Shrine, but at the same time, Earth Cave's right there, right next to it, saying, "Come here." Ooh, poison.
Stone poison. Got ribbons though. 2 ribbons for SpellZapp protecting him against the elemental stone poison attack. Okay, we opened up the show and we talked about this, Dengwu. We talked about me and Falconic's relationship and how we came in together. We talked about your and SpellZapp's relationship and how you came into Final Fantasy Randomizer. And really, this tournament together grew up together. You're in a match against the likes of a Falconic, a One Fine Day. Strong, awesome players. And you are SpellZapp right now, getting blizzarded, trying to get out of the Earth Cave, and you've got the floater. What do you think at this point in time? First, obviously, get out of here first. Wait, hold on. SpellZapp's got to get out of here. He's down to 1 nuke. That's the last one that he's got. Arachnids are attacking. Fire 2. Wow, SpellZapp just perished. Oh boy. He's gonna go back in and get that floater. But Dengwu, you know where that is. What are you thinking in this type of scenario?
I think in the back of my mind, I'm thinking there's 2 options. You know, I know Falconic's really good at this, so I have to make a play that I don't think he's going to do. And I think SpellZapp kind of did it, just the way that it pointed. And, you know, he's going for it. You know, he's not hesitating either. Like, you kind of see the hesitation on Falconic's side in a way. He's like, which way do I go? Where do I want to go? And SpellZapp's like, I know I have to get going here. I'm up against a really good player. I gotta go.
Falconic made the play on the Oxyale. He's a couple bucks short. He's gonna go out, maybe fight an ogre or something to get a couple more bucks. Maybe go to the Earth Cave, maybe check that out. I like this. He's a little bit short, but he's got that long run. Why don't I go here? Maybe he digs out, the floater could have been on the first floor. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he's looking for that money, which is in the bottom right chest. He might go back to get the Oxyale at this point because of it. This next chest that he's going to go check right now, there's 3,000 gold. He might just leave and go do the Oxyale, or go into the Sea Shrine. Right. But at the same time, he might check this still since he's here.
He said you got a huge run. You got nukes. I can tell you this is what I would have done what SpellZapp did. I think a lot of professional players would have done more with Falconic. I don't know.
Yeah, it's rough because you have that, that Oxyale that's right in your face saying, Sea Shrine's right here, come get me. And then you have, that little off in the distance Earth Cave saying, no, over here.
SpellZapp runs into the green ogres. No ogre in there to cast the trance. He's going to try to get away. He's not getting away. Got a little ways to go. He's going to heal up. I don't think he's got any softs. I would bring back the white mage no matter what here just to try to get out. I don't think he can. He gets the arachnids. This is the encounter table he knew was coming. There's the fire too. Falconic's digging deeper in the Earth Cave. But he's on the same encounter cycle. He's going to run into these... tarantulas. SpellZapp gets the nuke off. He's going to take him out. He steps away from getting out of here. Getting out of the floor, at least.
And the only advantage for Falconic is he's got maybe 20, 30 more health over SpellZapp, at least at his current levels right now. So he might survive that extra, that blizzard or fire too. So
there's that stone poison that came out. It got Falconic's white mage just like it did SpellZapp's. Falconic's about to find the floater and try to neutralize SpellZapp's lead. After the wipe, SpellZapp is out. Falconic picks up the floater. SpellZapp's already in his ship soon. He's gonna head to the Ryukon Desert. Picks up the Oxyale on the way. Key item.
And that's smart, because now it adds to it if, you know, I don't know exactly what their count is right now, but he's getting closer to that 12, which gives him the 1.5 experience bonus. And if he's right there at it, you know, now every encounter he takes, he's getting that extra experience. Because once he picks up that airship, it counts towards it too.
SpellZapp's taking the long way. It looks like he's just taking the long way. Sail on the high seas is SpellZapp. On his way to the Ryukon Desert, Falconic gets the nuke off into the gargoyles. Gonna take them out. He's gonna run into those tarantulas, though.
Yeah, I think
SpellZapp is in the air. 33 minutes.
Yeah, I think Falconic will be running into it. Gaia is Elflin. There's my favorite spell, Quake. That's what I like. SpellZapp, you better go back. Oh, how dare you. You sell Vorpal and you don't pick up Quake? Who are you? I don't even know you anymore.
He's gonna move the katana. Friendly fire from the recent graduate ducklings. They are out flying on their own. Level 3 white magic. Heal 3 is quite good. Harm 4 is red mage learnable as well. Heal 3 is not, though. It's only white mage. It's locked. Soft. Use the soft spell. Look at that. There's the arachnids. For Falconic, he draws only 6 of them. There's the blizzard. He's got higher levels and more HP and the 2 ribbons. He fires the nuke and he gets it off. He's gonna get away from this fight. Life is red mage learnable. That's in the 3rd slot. And there's the warp and temper like you talked about, Dengwu.
And the best part about the temper is now the one of the red mages can help to buff the other red mage while the other one casts saber. So now you're boosting up that player or that red mage's attack a lot quicker.
SpellZapp will not have the option of the Vorpal at this point in time. Falconic will. We've got the Vorpal lit up symbolically on SpellZapp's side of his screen. He got it, and he hawked it for gold bracelets to get through March Cave. Falconic is out of the Earth Cave. He's gonna stop back in to the new Onrak area and on his way to the Ryukon Desert. SpellZapp is going to the Gurgu Volcano. He's been to Sarda, but he's not making a play on Cardia Islands or anything.
He forgot about the tail?
No tail, no grabbing of gear. Is this a, oh gosh, I've got warp. I can go in here, raid this, and get out faster now, but maybe like a warp excitedness?
I think because of how early we got the tail, which was from the Sages, that was one of, I believe that's over in Provoca.
Yeah.
He just kind of forgot he had the tail, and with all those free chests there, I would have done that play, especially when you were at Gaia originally, or the old Gaia.
Yeah. It was Falconic went a different way. He sailed west towards the Ryukon Desert. It's a little bit of a shorter path. Falconic is in the air at 36 minutes. At this point in time, we're going to call it a 3-minute lead into the air for SpellZapp, and Falconic with a short lead in levels for his Light Warriors.
Especially when you have a white shirt, it makes no sense not to do it, because that white wizard, as you just saw, has no armor and the no resistances that the white shirt offers.
Both players have a translated Slab. Shadowwalker227 joining us in chat, pointing out that SpellZapp also passed on attempting to find Lefane. And we know that Lefane has been shuffled to Lefane, and that there's a key item there. Falconic finds Elfland. He's going to dig out his life and his warp, along with Temper. SpellZapp's down to 3 nukes. He fires one into the Red Hydra. It's going to take a second one. He's down to 1 nuke. We'll see if he gets out of here with the warps. He does not. He's going to try to check that last chest at least. Ooh.
The cremate, thankfully we have the double ribbons, so it doesn't do too much. It whittles away. He might be greedy and try and make this chest without, using it up in a heal. Never mind. He's just gonna walk it out. He must not have any warp charges. No, he's gotta have warp charges.
I thought he did. It was level 4. He might have 1. He doesn't. Okay, that makes sense. Falconic will. He's about to find his warp. He sees it. Warp and temper, level 4 black magic.
Yeah, just looking at the red mage doesn't learn level 4 until level 10, so yeah.
He's out of spells. SpellZapp's gonna try to get out of here, and he gets away from the Peeds. He steps away. He's out. He can get back in his airship and get out of here. Falconic is headed towards the Cardi Islands. He's gonna class change, and he's gonna raid the Cardi Islands. This could be a potential difference in veteran versus recent graduate duckling. I can tell you this, I had a conversation as Falconic picks up a mage staff. Falconic knows how good SpellZapp is. Dengwu, you know how good SpellZapp is, and so do I. SpellZapp really flying under the radar. His first round match against Tarnin, he had it. He was in Temple of Fiends, he perished there. Tarnin came up and took it from him. He won his match obviously last week as well, but SpellZapp, a popular pick to be a dark horse and get far in this tournament. And Falconic knows it. Believe me, we've discussed it.
He deserves that praise too. He makes a lot of good routing decisions in most cases, but then every now and then he does something kind of like this where you just go, wait, why would you do that? And I mean, there's just so much that's beneficial from the class change with all those free chests. I just don't agree with it, but he's running, I'm just commentating and acting like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're just having a good time. SpellZapp finds out that the fires have damage poison, elemental damage, stone poison element, but he makes it to the armory. He finds some money. Falconic is class changed, and he continues the raid of the Cardi Island. SpellZapp has no HP, but he gets initiative and gets a nuke off and takes out the Peeds.
He's being so greedy. He doesn't want to use his heal potions.
Heal potions menu times something. He's gonna have to use them now. Falconic is done raiding. He's flying back towards the original continent. Going back to Provoca to get some more spells. Gold bracelets, I believe. Gold bracelets for Falconic's entire party is what he's going for.
And I'd forgotten about gold bracelets only being for 9,000. That is nice.
SpellZapp with the extra warp charges. He's level 13 on his 2 red mages. He has raided the top floors of the Volcano, and he's leaving. He's headed back to the New Crescent Lake.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's getting more camping equipment. No, he's not. I mean, he's got no healing, so...
Ice Cave.
He's got less than 30 heal potions. That's a bold move.
Into Ice Cave. He's got the huge run. Watch this run. He's gonna go really far before he gets an encounter.
That is such a nice run, too. Oh my... he almost clears the second floor of Ice Cave, too.
Yeah. Falconic is gearing up for his adventure. SpellZapp gets ambushed by sorcerers, but their only thing they have is Dark Touch. Synth has been blinded. Falconic's going to the Ice Cave.
I mean, I guess the only thing about the Dark Touch is you gotta worry about your own Light Warriors running into each other.
SpellZapp runs into some mages. He's got more nuke charges now. Falconic's on the same step encounter. He runs into the Eye Mages. They ambush him. They're not doing anything. SpellZapp's closing in. He's got warp. He's gonna do the warp trick. Incentivized chest. Denwu, what is it? What do you think?
I'm gonna go adamant again, just because I feel like this seed likes to give us a bunch of fetch quests up front.
I'm gonna go with the herb myself. SpellZapp fires a nuke into the race. The Wraiths have been eliminated. Falconic closing in on SpellZapp. We are dead even minus SpellZapp's rating of the second floor in the Volcano, and Falconic's class change and rating of the Cardia Islands. That is literally the only difference that we have in these two players so far, and Degwo was right! Hey, you got the lotto numbers?
I'm about to go play the lotto, that's for sure.
SpellZapp picks up the adamant. Does he continue forward? He does. He gets ambushed by the undead. But they aren't doing anything. It's good news.
I think normally... See, he has less than 30 heal potions in this. I don't hate this, and I don't mind it either, but with so little heal potions, he's got Cure 4 though, and Heal 3, so it's not too bad actually, now that I think of it. But
run.
Yeah, I think he's looking for a weapon at this.
He had a weapon, and he sacrificed it. Could that be the difference in the late game? Are we going to revisit that in the Temple of Fiends Revisited?
And from Maverick, the Kanasa in chat, I will share the wealth.
Maverick, great to see you. Thank you for joining us right here live on Speed Gaming. Always a pleasure to have you. We'd also like to thank the subscription from Twitch Prime from Nokanen joining us right here live this beautiful Saturday afternoon. It is April 27th, 2019 for the records. And Ice Sword picked up for SpellZapp. That's 2 Ice Swords now. Falconic's about to pick up his Opal Gauntlet.
Yeah, the 2 Ice Swords are nice. The Red Wizards should be able to kill some of the weaker stuff in a, melee only. But with Nuke level 2, you really shouldn't run out of Nuke charges for quite a while, to be completely honest.
Slowly, Falconic gains a little bit on SpellZapp. He's running a little bit more, starting to catch up a little bit. But we are in a dead heat. I mean, this could go either way. We are 50-50 right now. In a match that we knew, Dengwo, we talked before the match. About an hour before, me and Dengwo got together, went over plans for the show, and we talked about how we knew this was going to be a horse race, and really even, very competitive.
It's interesting. Okay, so they're both going with 3-man strats. I was thinking because of the way Falconic was running that he was going to run the 4-man and do it that way, but he's going to go with 3 also, and so you're going to see a lot of fights taken because of that. And to kind of go along with that too, we're about to see what the Adamant turn-in leads, and that's the Crystal. More fetch quests.
Latoya's Crystal. That puts SpellZapp at my count at 12 item. Barry would get 150%. He's headed back towards Matoya. Let's see what crazy Matoya has after she can see again. Falconic's out of the ice cave. He's gonna head towards the canoe.
Well, that now opens up Waterfall and Ordeals now. They can now officially go to Ordeals, so if he wants to do class change to Ordeals plus check all the Cardi Isles, I mean, that's all in, all at once.
SpellZapp heads to the Cardia Islands. We didn't see too much in here that caught our attention. Falconic's gonna head towards Matoya, but first he's gonna nuke down some wolves. Big reset. Look at SpellZapp play. Saved outside, doesn't want it, hits reset immediately. Let's see if he does it again. There's only 3 chests in here. If he resets, he'll be back where he started earlier. 700 gold. Bucket. A house. He's gonna take the house. Falconic picks up his canoe from Matoya.
He forgets he's already raided in Matoya's cave. He just wanted some more treasure.
Yeah, maybe she refilled it. Who knows? Falconic's heading to the water.
I mean, the one thing that the card you guys gave was the mage staff. That at least gives your white wizards something to do at this point, because right now they don't have anything except for maybe casting constant invis 2 every fight. Well, you know, what's the point in that?
SpellZapp. I'm gonna do the class change just past the 47-minute mark. He'll have warp to get out of here. Falconic enters new territory. He's in the waterfall with warp, with nukes, a mage stick.
I think he's gonna make it all the way to that room. By the way, with
Pretty
that
close.
long run, yeah, he's gonna be really close to it.
SpellZapp is class changed. It's the second encounter, another nightmare encounter for Falconic in the waterfall, and he runs away from both of them. There's a single mud gull, he's gonna nuke him. SpellZapp's on his way to the waterfall. I'm gonna stop off at Melmon, level 5 magic if he wants it. Lightning 3 was in there. Lamp was available, there's Exfer. Wizard mummies have fire too. No match for a nuke, though.
Kind of interesting that SpellZapp stopped there. I mean, I know it's a very small detail, but Falconic's gonna get his key item here from the robot at this point and check chest, and he's checking for a lit 3. I mean, it's not a bad spell, but the nuke level 2, or in the spell slot 2, kind of trumps a lot of that other stuff.
Yeah, I guess I look at it like, well, he's got the Oxale. You know, that's not an issue. Should he wish to go to Sea Shrine? There's still another loose item out there. The Lightning 3 could save potential nuke charges, potentially in the Sea Shrine, as Falconic picks up his required Mystic Key. SpellZapp on his way to pick up his Mystic Key. Falconic's out of the waterfall. What a match already. If this stays this way, Dengwu, I think it might. We talked about it before the match. I knew this was going to happen.
That hard reset is making this into a drag race. The way that they're able to move around the map like this, it is a drag race right now. And it's funny though, is because it began so slow. They had a 3-minute fight against Garland,
Yeah.
both of them, and now it's just go 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 go. And it's such a weird change of pace for us to watch right now.
There's those wizard mummies. It's a great encounter. We know they've got fire too, but SpellZapp is so strong. He's about to pick up his Mystic Key. Falconic's headed towards the Fane. He's gonna get his translated slab and turn it in. While we have a minute, look at what Falconic's doing, utilizing that run. Dengwu, we keep talking about this huge run at the beginning of Hard Power Cycle. Do you want to explain that to the fans and how that works?
So, the way it works is, in Final Fantasy, actually, I'll wait until after he gets this, the Lefanish people give the herb. So, now they have to go back all the way to Elfland to see what the nice Elf Prince has. But how it works is, with the this long encounter is, there's, I believe, 256 steps, and the game itself chooses a certain amount of a movement, if you want to call it, that before you get an encounter, and it's always the same off of a hard reset, and it recycles once you get to 256. So in this case, they probably have like a 60 step right now, and then they finally get into fights, and then it just loops again once they get to 256. So I wish I could say I'm explaining this properly, but that's the reason why they're getting such a long run. Is the game has allowed them to get those 60 free steps, and then those last 190 steps is then allocated, encounters.
Where'd you learn that from, Dengwu?
That would be you, Will. So the cool thing about the ordeals play by both of these is they have the warp. So if they choose a wrong a trash can, that's what I used to call them.
I did too. I did too. I really did. I called it Oscar the Grouch.
And if you choose the wrong trash can, you can warp back, and then you can choose the other one. Makes it a lot easier because with this flag set, it's been changed now. It used to be all bottom, I believe, in vanilla. Now it's randomized.
There's a huge mummy pack with one whiz mummy for Falconic. He's gonna use the Harm 4, saving the nuke charges as both players have entered Castle of Ordeal. I think we all kind of knew they were. I think we both kind of knew they were gonna do this. The way this game has played out. If we look at the dive that SpellZapp made into the Volcano, 90-second quasi advantage for SpellZapp on the right side of your screen, Dengwu? Maybe?
Considering he's really close to Falconic right now, unfortunately he got lost in ordeals, so he's kind of been doing this loop thing for a little bit, but he finally made his way out. The cube is over in ordeals, so we're still waiting on the chime, and that'll open up Mirage into Sky. But yeah, it's a slight advantage just because SpellZapp is right behind Falconic, maybe a minute behind, depending on encounters, and he doesn't have to check any of that first floor Volcano now.
I don't believe we've turned in the herb yet, is that correct?
No herb turn in, and no, yeah, that's it.
Still out there as far as key items are the crown and dynamite. They will lead to something obviously that's loose that we just talked about. Also the rod and the chime are what is required that both players are missing. That's kind of the story so far here as we near the hour mark, and we're really dead even. SpellZapp moving in, he's about to pick up his cube. Falconic taking out some zombie dragons on his way out of Castle.
I kind of like that play. He used up all his Harm 4 charges, and you might as well before you leave, especially if they're going to die in one Harm 4 cap.
Ali Jerbrap joins us, one of our great crew members, great player with a huge victory last night, by the way. GG's, congratulations, Ali. How many loose chests have been dug? A lot of loose chests have been dug. But as far as loose key items, both players have found one. It was the floater in the Earth Cave, of all places.
And, to kind of go back to Aliger-Bap's race, we weren't able to watch it, but he did amazing the way he bypassed, and he didn't go through the, I guess, hell you want to say, that
yeah,
poor Lord Fizzlebeef and Tiernex went through, trying to go through Marsh.
Falconic with great routing. He turns in the herb, he gets the crown. He's going to bring back one of his white mages, save, and then he's going to turn in that crown for potentially the rod or the chime. The TNT could also be involved as well. SpellZapp's getting his herb right now. He'll probably go turn that in, get the crown, which Falconic's about to turn back, and return to the kindly old king of Northwest Castle.
Astos did nothing wrong. He's just holding on to the dynamite.
The dynamite turn in to Narek, which Falconic will do and route ever so perfectly, as SpellZapp will do momentarily, will lead to either the chime or the rod, which will be required. Whichever one of those items that Narek does not have will be loose somewhere.
The good old required key item loose. Where could it possibly be? I guess that all depends on where this turn-in is. Is it the rod? Then we're checking Earth Cave, potentially.
Yeah.
How crazy would that be? Earth Cave has both loose items.
It
the
could.
one place nobody likes to be.
And there it is. There's the rod. The game is pushing both players. Look at SpellZapp. He's headed towards Northwest Castle. Falconic's going to raid. Great routing from both players. There's an opal bracelet. Pick up. Great armor. Best body armor for any mage in the game. And a power gauntlet.
I mean, the power bonk is nice, but at the same time, I mean, we have Temper and we have Saber. Kind of overkill at this point.
Question from chat. Greg Lupoff, who's ahead? We're dead even. I mean, SpellZapp has a little bit done in the Volcano. He's got the second floor cleared out. Falconic with a little bit of a lead, as you can see them tracing each other's steps. If I had to pick it, I would have SpellZapp at 20 seconds of a lead at this point. This is where the rubber meets the road. I learned that from Falconic when he called one of my most recent matches. And what's going to happen here is these players are about to diverge, and it's going to come down to potentially key item placement, because we are just in a dead heat horse race right now. Two thoroughbreds really knocking it out of the park right here at Speed Gaming.
They are, yeah. And SpellZapp is going to pick up his Opal bracelet. That's going to be amazing for his red mages, or red wizards, I'm sorry, because he finally promoted. And yeah, these two are just, they're off to the races right now.
SpellZapp gets the power gauntlet as well. He equips that. Hyra Fellows pointing out in chat, he gives advantage Falconic because of possession of the Vorpal, which SpellZapp sacrificed. Legitimate point, Dangwo?
It is legitimate at this point. SpellZapp has Ice Sword, and Falconic has at least an endgame weapon that, with Tempers and, you know, Saber charges, is actually going to do a lot more damage.
SpellZapp raids the Cardia Armory. Falconic raids the Volcano Armory. He's about to do what SpellZapp did, and we're going to be back to a dead heat again. Well, we are in a dead heat.
Yeah, if SpellZapp goes to Volcano, they're going to be... Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, so they're both basically going to be holding hands marching down the Volcano, because Falconic's almost done. He's going to warp out, save, go back down, and they're going to be holding hands pretty much the entire way. Who can check chests quicker, and who can kill carry quicker at this point?
You know, we had a match 6 days ago, Dengwu. Basically, everybody was there, and if you weren't there, they watched it on replay. And it's being called the greatest match ever. And the way that this is shaping up, Falconic and SpellZapp are going to try to give that match a run for its money. For competitiveness, for back and forth, for the action, the adventure, the drama, what could it come down to? Could it come down to an enemy? Does it come down to Kraken 2? That would be the most common thing. Does it really come down to the potential endgame weapon? If that Mazmoon is buried in its Mazmoon chest, neither player is going to get it.
Look at all this good knight stuff that just is being left in the treasures. And yeah, you're right. This is a very good comparison to the way yours and Tristle's race win. Bane Sword pickup, I know that makes you excited.
Equips it. The rarely used equipping the Bane Sword for SpellZapp, does that play a factor later? Does Falconic get it? Is the Mazmoon in the chest coming up right now?
This is the one good thing. One of the key items is loose. This allows SpellZapp to check for, a potential weapon. If it hadn't have been, I would say Falconic was ahead more just because of the Vorpal. Like, a lot more ahead.
I'm going to point out something right now as we've just passed the 1 hour mark. 1 hour, 1 minute. It's the Mazmoon! I'm going to point out the Mazmoon, apparently. It's located in one of the 2 off chests in the Gurgu Volcano. Falconic's been full clearing as well. He's going to tie this back up. That neutralizes the advantage for the Enforcer of having the game changer.
I hate to say it, it does. The Bane Sword is going to go over to the White Wizard. The White Wizard's basically just going to be casting Bane, White Shirt, and Zeus. I'm sorry, Fire Staff. Mage Staff.
Question from Alien Chat, where was OnRack? The new OnRack is located in the original Melmond is Falconic. Oh no, okay. I thought he was on a different spot there, but he's full cleric. He's got to find that item. He will find his Masmoon.
I wondered, does he, because he's up against SpellZapp, does he take a gamble and not go there?
No, he'll do it. It's a loose item.
Yeah, but there's so many more chests, though. You know, take the no, because that is a big dive. Yeah, you're right.
He's going that way. Like I said, I talked with Falconic. We prepped for this match just a little bit, not as much as we usually do. He came out and he said, Will, I know this guy is good. I know it is. You know, he had that great match with Tarn in the first round, won his second round match, and I know this guy can play. And I said, Falconic, your schedule is just like mine last year, and it's a tough schedule. You know, it's not going to get any easier. He says, I know, and there's no way he's skipping any chests. As SpellZapp moves on, he's going to check the Red Dragon chest. Falconic's just one floor behind him. I want to point out level 5 magic. It's on Falconic's screen. I didn't see it on SpellZapp, so I'll have to take a look. Falconic's got a spell and 2 light warriors that can cast it. And Falconic owns that spell. It's called Expert. We'll see if we revisit that.
But you don't tell me he's been hanging out with you so long that he's going to try and pull out your Bane strats.
No, but he's pulling out something else, Dangwoo. He got the Masmoon. It ain't Bane strats, it's this. Look at. He's gonna burn off. He's gonna take out all of his warriors. He's gonna bring someone up with the Masmoon. He's gonna take out some Agamas for a while, and he's gonna try to have a stud. No, he wants 2 studs. He's trying to take out the White Mage, the White Wizard. Okay.
I mean, I don't hate the plan. It's gonna take time, and I mean, at this point, he's got to hope that SpellZapp doesn't find a loose anywhere.
This is gonna yield a lead for SpellZapp as he's about to take on Carry. Gonna try to light his first orb. Falconic's gonna slow down and put the brakes on it for a little bit. So we finally have our route divergence at, in strategy divergence at 1 hour and 5 minutes, as we were dead even holding hands the whole way. SpellZapp takes out Carry. He's got an orb.
Carrie just said, "Hi, I'm here, guys," and then fell over and left.
Hi guys, bye guys. SpellZapp heading back to the original Crescent Lake. This is Gaia. He's gonna check for magic. No, he's not. He just wanted to stop in and say, hi guys, bye guys. SpellZapp go to the Sea Shrine. He's headed towards that original Melmond. SpellZapp saving outside of the original Melmond. This is on rack.
Now, I don't remember where Fade landed. Because I don't think we've actually seen where Fade landed. The Crabcakes has joined us in chat and was asking about it. And we didn't check Lefane, and he's not keeping up his White Wizards. So I believe it landed in Red Wizard Locked. So I think it's just for levels at this point.
SpellZapp, thinking about it. Level 7, there's a white magic slot that's learnable by the Red Wizard. He does not go there. He's saving. He saved outside in hard reset. He'll have a huge run if he goes into the Sea Shrine. And he's headed back to the magic shop. Good play. Can't learn any of this, though. White magic he can. Top, slot, exit. He can learn for the Red Wizards.
I mean, exit's not too bad. Learn exit. You can do the mermaids and just leave. But, I mean, most runners, except for me, because apparently I'm just, like to be hard-headed. I choose the mermaids first, and it always burns me.
Falconic needs to take out the Agamas. Crabcakes, as Dengwu said, has just joined us. Access to Saber at level 2, shares with Nuke, Power Gauntlet. Masmoon has been located by both players. They were neck and neck until 1 hour and 5 minutes. Dead heat, dead even. until Falconic decided to make a move to take out some Agamas, and SpellZapp is going after the other loose item. Still one loose. We know it's the Chime.
I kind of like SpellZapp's idea of leaving the White Wizard up. I know he's not going to do a lot, but that allows him to cast Invis 2s more often. I know he's got the white shirt and stuff like that, but it just gives more protection too. Life 2, life. There's just a lot of stuff that it can do to save a party wipe, especially with all the Invis 2 charges that the Red Wizards have, White Wizards have, and then I like the idea.
I like what SpellZapp's doing. He's using the Lightning 3s instead of the nukes that we talked about. He had to take this fight. It was Lobsters. They were unrunnable. He's now up to level 21. He did not use the Bane Sword. He chipped at him with the black shirt. But that Bane Sword come into play later. We've seen it happen already in this tournament. There's unrunnable Sea Snakes.
If I was SpellZapp, I'd definitely use the Bane Sword. The Sea Shrine, especially with a lot of these, you can get rid of a lot of these things.
More unrunnable Sea Snakes for SpellZapp as Falconic continues to try to rid the Guru Volcano of Agamas. Striking with the Vorpal and the Masmoon if there's 2 red wizards. Try to get a level count on Falconic. 25 maybe?
Yep, he's at 25. SpellZapp's at 21. I think he's, really trying to just show the world the power of the Maza and the Vorpal at this point. He just wants to take on the Agmas and just show the damage numbers at this point.
553 from the Masmoon. SpellZapp continues the full clear. Without the Chime, the Mirage Tower and the Floating Fortress are not on the table. I don't believe either player, Ruby in hand, has turned in the Ruby. Unless they happened and I missed it. Is that correct, then?
They both did.
They both did? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because they did the Melmon, or they went over to Melmon, and then they both did the long encounter run over to Sarda. Because Sarda gave the slab.
The crowd is starting to get into this. They're discussing strategies. And what they've come up with is breakpoint for the Red Wizard. A breakpoint hit is level 37 on the Masmoon and 33 for the Vorpal. Oh, 49.
49 for 5 hits on the Vorpal.
Yeah,
this is going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot of Agama grinding.
Should Falconic... SpellZapp's not finding that loose key item. Falconic's able to ditch this check that SpellZapp is doing. The tide would turn like that.
Agreed. And I kind of like SpellZapp, though. He's still taking these fights, though. He's getting the experience, and he's checking chests, which I think is good. The 3-man party allows him to do this. And he's at 22. He's only, 3-4 levels behind Falconic at this point?
Mm-hmm. And he's progressing. He's moving forward. Falconic's done. He's gonna have to check the Red Dragon chest. He has no choice. There's a nuke from SpellZapp into the Grey Sharks. He's headed towards Kraken.
And you know what the interesting part is at this point, what do they have left? They have Marsh Keylocked, and they have Earth Cave. Do you take the gamble and check Marsh Cave, Marsh Keylocked, and hope that it pays off for you big? Or do you go Earth Cave?
Not a chance. You got the ride, you gotta do Earth Cave anyway, you'll go there. I would think. Blizzard from the Lobsters, that's their first skill. Slow is their first spell. Nuke takes out most of them. Kind of closing in on the Red Dragon chest. SpellZapp rids the world of a seafood party pack.
And it was actually brought up in chat by Massive Main. Temple of Fiends lock chests haven't actually been checked yet either.
Mm-hmm. The Chime is out there somewhere. The mermaid's still on the table as well. I gotta think SpellZapp will go back in there. Odds are very heavy. Well, not very heavy, but they're majority that it is located either on the way to the mermaids or with the ladies. Falconic taking on Carry.
Yep. Let's see if he does his little patented "hi guys" and then leaves.
Falconic with a nuke into Carry for a $115. An Iron Hammer swing for 1 whole damage, followed up by another nuke. 330 isn't quite enough, but a black shirt is for 20 is not. Carry blasts the white mage. He probably wanted that. 157 is good for Falconic. He lights his first orb. SpellZapp closing in on Kraken. Well, he doesn't light his orb yet. He gets ambushed by damage poison fires. He didn't plan for this. He's gonna fight back. Take this, you fires, says the Enforcer.
How dare you ambush me?
He's back down to his 2 light warriors. SpellZapp steps away from Kraken.
Another huge experience fight here for SpellZapp. And SpellZapp, once again, we have a thing here where whenever we go to kill off a character, we always kill off... he kills off the character named Dang, and I kill off the character named Zap. So, you know, it's very fitting that he's going to put me up in the front, and I'm going to be sacrificed for the greater good.
Sacrifice some Kraken and his tentacle punch. Oof. SpellZapp against Kraken, try to light his second orb. Falconic doing some shopping. The hold misses from SpellZapp. SpellZapp playing this intelligently. He wants to make sure he can get through this. He spent a lot of time in here. He's got dual shots of evasion. Falconic saves in Canaria. He's back out on his adventure. There's the Saber usage. That's the first time we've seen that spell. Falconic's going to the Sea Shrine. Ice Sword from SpellZapp. 3 hits, critical of 40. Dangwoo is paralyzed for SpellZapp.
Oh god, if he attacks, this is gonna hurt so badly.
Mazmoon. 272. Kraken's gone. Level 6-7 for Dangwoo.
I live! I live!
Falconic picks up the exit. Does he go to the mermaids first, maybe with that exit now in hand? He's doing a dance. He's gonna look at veteran move from Falconic. He leaves. He goes outside, resaves, hard resets. He's gonna use that long run, obviously. But SpellZapp does the same thing. He's gonna go to the mermaids. Does Falconic go to the mermaids? We think the chime is here. He's going that way. He's utilizing the run. He'll get a 2-hole encounters. You might as well. This is brilliant from the Enforcer.
It's gonna help him a lot because now he's even with SpellZapp right now. Essentially, at least for looking for loose items. If it's here, he's almost even, but he's an orb behind. So it's not nearly, you know, SpellZapp gained all these levels to kind of keep. And I'm dead.
See it, Dang. Nice knowing ya, pal. SpellZapp's headed directly to the mermaids themselves. I like that play better. Falconic's using the Mystic Key to check the reverse serum and maybe set history. Could that chest finally matter?
And for us, the spectators, it's a gamble because you check the mermaids. There's all these chests here, and then you can warp out, then check the other ones because they're so all over the map or all over the floor. I like this play by SpellZapp more just because of the number of chests. And there's no encounters on the mermaid floor.
I do too. There's 3 chests. That's a Zeus Gauntlet. Does SpellZapp even want that? He does not. He elects not to warp. He's going to walk it back. Not much of a time save. Falconic's checking other chests on his way here. Is the chime located with the ladies? That odds on that it's here is dwindling, Dangwoo. It's fading fast.
He's got 3 more chests. Oh, did he already collect that one?
Gosh. He's down to 1 chest. SpellZapp finds nothing in the mermaids. He's got to warp back. He's going to check what Falconic's checking now. Level 28 for the Enforcer.
about the high five, and there's only one place left. I believe it's the one just north of where SpellZapp is right now.
Falconic checked it.
Oh, he did check that one?
He did. Is it Temple of Fiends locked, or Marsh locked, or it's Earth Cave? Now Earth Cave is the heavy favorite.
I'm trying to think of any other chests that they might have skipped, and no. Oh, there it is.
Bingo! In stereo! Falconic and SpellZapp at the same time find the chime. They immediately go to their menu and get the heck out of here. SpellZapp's gonna move on. Falconic doesn't have to do anything, Dangwu. He's got everything he needs. He's got the Masmode, he's got the Game Changer, Saber, the Power Gauntlet, a couple ribbons. He does not have to do that entire check that SpellZapp had to do on his way to Kraken.
He doesn't, but I mean, he didn't. Yeah, he lost a little bit of time. But he still has the advantage, kind of. I mean, he's still ahead.
I do think SpellZapp is in the lead at this point. SpellZapp immediately heads to the Earth Cave. He's going to start trucking through here to try to light his third orb. Falconic is going to truck through the Sea Shrine. He doesn't have to do what SpellZapp did now. And he's going to try to light his second orb in the Sea Shrine with a stronger Light Warrior party.
I was wondering, I'm like, I don't think they checked that one that was just north of SpellZapp, and they both went there, and as you said, it was at the same time, Chime popped up, you know?
Yeah, I thought you meant the one to the way north, because Falconic did check that one.
And, you know, it would have been even better if my phone would have, like, popped off with, like, a chime at the same time, and I would have been, like, freaked out.
As Falconic does his quest in the Sea Shrine, SpellZapp is doing his quest in the Earth Cave. We'd like to remind you that coming up tomorrow, we have 3 matches as well. They're all going to be right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. It kicks off at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Mama Duck, Moist Mogwai takes on Magius. In the penultimate match, a battle of undefeateds, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. The Dragon Slayer, Wilcleosis, takes on Tarnin. First ever match, first ever meeting between those two. And the Encore, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, a battle of undefeateds. Out of the darkness comes Shadow Walker 227 taking on the very quiet, very entertaining, very undefeated Sonny Rat. All that's tomorrow right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks.
I'm excited over tomorrow's. It's non-stop. There's so many good matchups that have been going on, and the seeds, as you're seeing in this one, it becomes either a grind-out fest where you get to see people, you know, adapt and overcome, or you get these races where they're able to just drag race, and us the racers are just holding on going, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, a lot of first-time matchups, a lot of players that we haven't seen a lot of, that are doing a lot of stuff in the background. They aren't streaming a lot, you don't see them, then they're coming out. Doogie MacGyver is 2-1. He had a victory over Jay Culper, of all players, last night. Another very quiet, successful, in a competitive sense, player. He's a threat. He's a legitimate threat in this tournament. And I gotta say, no one saw it coming. Good on you, Doogie.
Now, I know a lot of people in chat were saying that there's the Temple of Fiends Revisited is going to be could be potentially easier for Falconic, but at the same time, SpellZapp is 22-23 on 3 characters, compared to only 2 characters for Falconic.
SpellZapp will have an Ice Sword. No sign of a defense, by the way. An Ice Sword, all the Invis 2s that he wants. A Masmone. Power Gauntlet, Saber. Falconic's advantage would be a couple levels for sure. I saw that he's got that X-Fair in his back pocket, along with the Vorpal.
Oh, okay, SpellZapp, really? You revived me just to leave me at 1 HP?
Lich with Fire 2. Dangwu's gone. Start making notches in the wall, maybe, or something. By the way, Dangwu, Lich, just took you out.
Yeah, the speed bump noticed Lich was able to take me out, you know. I'm gonna have to have a serious talk with this guy. You know, SpellZapp, you know, we're gonna have a talk over this. This is unacceptable behavior.
SpellZapp has 3 orbs lit. Falconic closing in on SpellZapp. He decided to take the detour. Falconic did this to himself, he did it consciously. He's got to feel that he may be exactly where he is based upon his decision. Both players have routed this just incredibly. I mean, I could play this game a couple times and then go on in a show and try to show it off, and I wouldn't be able to route it this good.
They did. They're only at 122. They're going up into Mirage and Sky. It's gonna take what 3-4 minutes with this long. I'm surprised SpellZapp's actually checking Mirage right now. Is he
okay. I didn't see this coming, Denwell. What? I don't get it. This opens the door for Falconic. I thought he was ready.
He did pick up a Pro Cape. Now, I'm not going to completely hate on it because he got a Pro Cape too. It's a little bit more armor for casters, and I think it can be very important. And a 3rd ribbon.
Oh, a 3rd ribbon. Okay.
I mean, that just paid off for it.
What do I know, right?
Exactly. Because if you were right next to me, I can guarantee you and I were both going to look at each other and go, what is he doing?
It's what we just did. Yeah. Good on ya. Good on ya, SpellZapp. I'd be halfway up the Mirage Tower right now, making sure I got the cube.
And now with those 3, because he's going with the 3-man, and Falconic's only going with 2. Now everybody's got really good equipment. The mages all have Pro Capes. They have Opal or gold armor, and they have Pro Rings and ribbons. I mean, they're looking pretty good.
Great pack of vampires for SpellZapp. He's gonna fire the nuke and take out most of them. See if he gets a level off of this. And you said SpellZapp's right around 23? Let's see this one here.
I think he's actually at 24 now on his one okay. red wizard for sure. And as Crabcakes has pointed out in chat, you know, with the long run, it doesn't really take long to check all those chests.
Mage Staff takes out the Hot Wings. Falconic taking on Lich. It's a blue dragon for SpellZapp. He's gonna take the fight kinda and kinda run. 217 and Misty will run after this one, as he does. Falconic takes out Lich, he steps away, a step away, lights his 3rd orb. It's a 2-floor and a little bit of travel time lead for the right side of your screen in SpellZapp. Falconic's on his way to the Mirage Tower. SpellZapp ascends further and further into the atmosphere of the floating fortress. Denwu, you remember that first round match, day 1 of the 2019 spring tournament? Remember when it was Falconic and Fizzlebeef? And the Death Machine showed up? Took out Lord Fizzlebeef and gave Falconic a clear path to victory, which Falconic seized. What if Warmech pops here? Are either of these parties potentially prepared to battle the Death Machine?
I think SpellZapp's a little bit more well-equipped, just because he's got the 3rd White Wizard that can cast Invis. With Falconic, there's no guarantee that his White Wizards are going to survive. I think... Well, they're not as low health as I thought they were going to be, so they might survive the run up there, but I think I like SpellZapp's better. I think what he's going to do, at least for the run, he's going to revive myself, Dang. He'll put him in the lead just in case he runs into a Warmech. At least that's what I would do.
SpellZapp stops before the Bridge of Destiny, revives Dengmu, starts to heal him up. He's preparing for that potential battle. Falconic's checking. He's using the run too. He's checking the Mirage Tower. He's going to get his 3rd ribbon. SpellZapp is on the Bridge of Destiny. The Bless RNGs are out live here on Twitch. Another double Nacho fight. This is a great fight. SpellZapp knows it, and he's going to try to take it. 3rd ribbon has been located for Falconic.
Yeah, there's no reason not to take it. I mean, I know you're in go mode, but that experience gain, even on Dang, who's your sacrificial, that at least prevents him from dying, and he just got the hero run.
SpellZapp initiates the fight with Tiamat. He's trying to light his 4th orb. Falconic is stepping on it on his way. He's in the Mirage Tower, nearing the floating fortress. SpellZapp uses Temper and a power gun. He's going to use Amy as a melee killer. Falconic's on the same encounter table that SpellZapp was. We will not see Warmech unless Falconic diverges and checks chest, but we know he's not going to do that.
Paralyzing touch, Tia.
Well, that's Amy. That's the killer. Cure 4. Watch this. No more paralysis touch. Cures paralysis status effect in battle. Does Cure 4. Dangwoo is taking a nap.
That was a nap? My gosh, I think he broke me in half.
Yeah, halfway to Ashwaubenon, Deng. Mazmoon 451. Tiamat blast Dan. Tiamat trying to fight back. Mazmoon 84. And the Cure 4 into Dan. SpellZapp playing this really well, raising the evasion. Kind of trying to catch up. Tiamat attacks Synth now.
I just realized that the mouse only hit for 2 hits, too.
Yep. There's another strike. 4 hits, 318's good. SpellZapp takes out Tiamat. SpellZapp lights his 4th orb. 1 hour, 29 minutes. He's got 77 heal pots. He's going to stop off and fill those up.
I can't remember what the quote, or who actually said it. It was a wrestling commentator. I think it was, by God, I think Tiamat just broke me in half. And that's exactly what he did. Like, I just got rocked.
The legendary Jim Ross. By God, he's broken in half. Falconic ascending the floating fortress. He's 1 floor away from the Bridge of Destiny. He will not see Warmech. He's on the same encounter table. SpellZapp fills up his heal pots. He's going to get Invis 2, I think. Yep. Invis 2 on the Red Wizards. 4th slot. Great play from SpellZapp.
He might be kicking himself without the Vorpal. I know the Moss is great and all, but either that or he's gonna have to use a lot of turns at power bonking and tempering and stuff like that, and that could cause problems, especially if certain bosses have, you know, spells, nuclear and stuff like that. That'll add up a lot quicker than attacks can be sometimes.
At the exact 90-minute mark, SpellZapp goes 2,000 years in the past. Falconic took a couple missteps. He's on a little bit of a different encounter table. There could be an encounter right before the door. I don't think so. There is not. He gets through it. 90 minutes, SpellZapp is in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Falconic is fighting Tiamat for his 4th orb. And he's already on the Phantom. He's not even checking the validation chest. He doesn't care. He's just going for it.
He doesn't validate, sells the Vorpal, kills off Dang constantly. I mean, you know, the SpellZapp guy, if he wins, you know, I'll say, you know, nice job. Next time, try and keep me alive.
Mage Stick. SpellZapp's taking some fights. Burns a nuke charge. It's at level 2. Then burns another one. It's not bad. Frost Giant misses. He's going to melee the last Frost Giant down. After the Mage Stick. What do I know? Denwu is just napping over there for SpellZapp. I'd like to remind you that going on right now, it has just started. We'll run Speed Gaming 2, Hyra Fellows and Pizzapotamus. A pair of 1-on-1s are starting to battle it out right now. And coming up in about a little bit less than an hour. Undefeateds. One fine day, battling Lord of the Synth. That'll be on Speed Gaming 3. Me and Denwu are going to be there for that. Falconic has his 4th orblet. He's headed towards the Temple of Fiends Revisited. That's where SpellZapp currently resides. He's closing in on the Earth floor.
So, what are we looking at? Maybe 2-minute difference from entering a Temple of Fiends? Yeah, he's going to enter in about 1:32, so...
Yeah, and it's going to be the same encounter table. So we're going to see the same fights for Falconic that SpellZapp has led us to see so far. Boy, Boils down to the Fiends. Does it boil down to the Vorpal? That is what Falconic has, as well as a couple extra levels on a couple of Light Warriors. That is the story. There's the hard reset from the Enforcer. He's going in 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 15 seconds. 2 minutes and 15 seconds after SpellZapp entered. Green deuces.
I mean, unrunnable. Yeah, if I know a couple people that are have a little bit of trauma after these green Medusas. You know, really good experience. It didn't gain him any extra levels, but he's level 26 going into this. I haven't seen Falconics.
29, I think. We'll see if we can see that. If that keeps there's the unrunnable giant, frosty freezer guys. If Falconic skips, you know, that green Medusa fight, he's gonna get it. If he can get away with it or get it faster, he could incrementally potentially catch SpellZapp. Unless SpellZapp keeps doing what he just did, annihilating Lich too.
I believe I survived that fight. I'm happy. But he might not have even rezzed me, so I'm... Yeah.
Run. All the way through the water floor. SpellZapp brings back my commentary partner, Dengwu. Puts Dengwu at the top. Dengwu another lead light warrior for SpellZapp. He takes on Carry 2.
It was nice knowing you all.
Got all those Invis 2 casts for evasion. And use the Power Gauntlet as well, taking Carry 2 a little bit more seriously. Falconic trying to close the gap. Dengwu has been eliminated. SpellZapp did that on purpose. He doesn't mind losing that light warrior.
Especially with the hit that he hit. It was 2 hits, 167 on a very low-leveled white wizard. I mean, I'd be happy with that.
145 and a nuke followed for 144. Carry goes after Amy the killer. Does a little bit of damage, but SpellZapp gets some more evasion off. Falconic has closed the gap. He is now 1 floor behind SpellZapp, with what we think is a superior light warrior party.
And once he gets through Lich, he has that hero run he's going to have, and he's going to catch up to SpellZapp real quickly.
He's got to take this Green Medusa fight. SpellZapp had to as well, it's unrunnable. SpellZapp slowing down a little bit with Carry 2. This fight's starting to drag a little bit, Dengwu. Just a little bit. SpellZapp is getting rocked a little bit.
I think he's
Carry's
playing safe.
going after Amy. Yeah, I think he is too, but look at him slow down a little bit. He's trying to adjust. There's the Mazmoon from SpellZapp, 221. Followed up by a nuke. Does this do it? 169 does not, but there's the usage of the Cure 4. And Carry misses. SpellZapp regains control of this fight with Carry. Falconic's on Lich 2. 70 damage from SpellZapp into Carry 2. Carry 2 misses. Carry 2's not long for this. This next round should do it for SpellZapp. Carry misses the Mazmoon. 165 is good. You can feel the tension, Dengwu. You can feel it. Both players know their neck and they can feel it. SpellZapp gets ambushed.
So this is where Falconic's going to catch up. He's got that long run. He won't even have an encounter in the fire. SpellZapp, which means in the water, in this water floor, he's going to run into a good amount.
There's the waters. He gets away. Initiative from SpellZapp. That's huge. That's very small. But there's another back-to-back encounter. Can he get away from them again? He does! That was clutch for SpellZapp. He has no clue. SpellZapp maintains and extends his lead, ever so incrementally. But now it's time for the battle with Kraken 2. He'll bring Dengwu up to the front. There goes Dengwu, the lead light warrior. What does Kraken 2 have in store? We've got life charges, we've got evasion. Look at SpellZapp look closely at his armor menu. He knows and he's preparing for this fight. Puts Amy down at the bottom. It looks like he's going to go for physical melee after this water fight. Waters start to attack Dan. They hit Amy. Dan again. Then they start to rock Dengwu. Dengwu's gone again. SpellZapp gets away. That's annoying.
It's going to waste some time.
SpellZapp gets back up there. Initiates the fight with Kraken 2. Just behind him is Falconic. 1 floor behind and 1 Fiend. White shirts, Invis 2 going off. Kraken gets initiative and fires lightning 2, just like the old days. SpellZapp's going to get a ton of evasion off. Falconic takes out Carry 2, level 30 for his Light Warriors, and he's gonna heal. He got rocked by something, I missed it. Carry 2 had something that she threw out that knocked a lot of HP out. It was nuclear, non-elemental nuclear, that hit Falconic. SpellZapp never saw it. Falconic has a better encounter table than SpellZapp does. SpellZapp got encounters directly into the water floor. Falconic got it a couple steps into it. We could, oh gosh, there's the nuke from Kraken 2. Denwu's gone, and SpellZapp is on the ropes. SpellZapp has got to get these Cure 4s off, and he's got to get them off now or kill Kraken 2. 296 does it! Wow! Oh!
He had two choices. You heal or you just go at it. He had one person heal and he was like, I'm taking you down or you're taking me down. And it paid off. He killed him.
Falconic is fighting Kraken 2. He's caught up. SpellZapp with as clutch a play as you're ever going to see it. I don't use that word often because you got to earn it. SpellZapp just earned it at 1 hour 38 minutes in this match against the Enforcer. There's that Lightning 2 from Falconic. We know that nuke is coming. Falconic's gonna try to kill Kraken 2 right now. SpellZapp tries to maintain his lead back again. He runs into purple worms. There could be an encounter right before Chaos's room, if SpellZapp can get there, that Falconic will not see, based upon the routing, I believe. Or purple worms, SpellZapp gets away. And another encounter is the Nightmares and the Evil Man. SpellZapp trying to get away, cannot, and he does. Falconic took out Kraken 2. Now he's gonna res. Falconic trying to catch back up. Oh, Denver, what a match.
Falconic went all offense compared to SpellZapp, who defended and took the nuke, but at the same time, Falconic got the nuclear on Carry 2, so can't even...
Let's keep an eye on these spell lists for the Enforcer if he can catch up to SpellZapp. SpellZapp's playing defensively again. Falconic's hitting all those encounters at SpellZapp, and he's got to get away. Invis 2 goes off for SpellZapp. We're nearing the 1 hour 40 minute mark. Falconic heals one more time. He's going to initiate. We're going to be on the same battle. There's Blaze from Tiamat. 3 ribbons protecting SpellZapp, though. That's a fire elemental, and it will protect you. Falconic has initiated the fight with Tiamat 2. Same sort of strategy. Invis 2 is going off. There's a Cure 4 from SpellZapp. Tempers flying out all over the place. Neck and neck. Damage poison comes out from Tiamat 2. Denwu perishes. More evasion for SpellZapp. Both players have 3 Light Warriors and they're on the same fight. 1 hour 40 minutes now. There's Bane from Tiamat and it misses Falconic. 314 and Blizzard from Tiamat. Falconic is getting spells. SpellZapp is getting skills. Same fight, different ways it's doing. Heal 3 comes out for SpellZapp. Another round on the left side of your screen for Falconic. He's moving to the Power Gauntlet, as well as Temper. There's the Bane again. That misses. Tiamat tries to strike SpellZapp. He misses. 444, big hit from the Mazmoon. There's another Temper, and more evasion for SpellZapp. SpellZapp is set up very well. Falconic's just a little bit behind. Maybe 30 seconds, not even 20. Nuke from Falconic into Tiamat 2. 166 isn't enough. SpellZapp goes and sets up for another round. More evasion. He'll be evasion cap. Lightning 3 for chip damage. There's the damage poison from Tiamat into Falconic. 44 damage from Falconic. Another round from Falconic. There's Inferno. That's fire elemental. The ribbons protect SpellZapp again. SpellZapp's HP is waning a little bit. Falconic's in a little bit better shape. But SpellZapp has done more damage. There's the Blizzard. Tiamat's now digging into her skill list against Falconic. SpellZapp has strikes. 2 hits, 3 damage. What about the Mazmoon? Does the Mazmoon 2 hits 519? Is not enough. Tiamat 2's got HP. A whole lot of HP. SpellZapp's gonna try to finish Tiamat. There's the Mazmoon again. Does this do it? 575 does. SpellZapp is through 141.13. He's gotta heal. Falconic's gotta catch up now. There's the Mazmoon from Falconic. He's through 141.23. It's a 10-second lead for SpellZapp as both players start to heal. Right here live on Speed Gaming. The winner goes to 2-1. Hang on to your seats, chat. That crowd, you can hear the crowd starting to war. SpellZapp is closing in and going to initiate the Chaos battle first. Falconic trying to heal, there will be no encounter. He gets through. Falconic's on the final floor. It's a 10-second lead for SpellZapp on the right side of your screen. He pulls at 141.50. Falconic goes in. Falconic pulls at 141.53. It's a 3-second lead for SpellZapp. This is all about turn order and what can you do. SpellZap's going to start doing Invis 2s. Falconic on the left side is going to do something very similar, but Falconic likes to attack here. Falconic, that's how he caught up to SpellZapp in this match. He took out the Fiends. But great evasion from SpellZapp. Falconic, does he use the X-Force strategy? Does he go back to it? Left side of your screen, back and forth. Look at this. Welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer, right here live on Speed Gaming. This is how we do it. Power Gauntlet for SpellZapp. More evasion for Falconic. More evasion for SpellZapp. We're past the 1 hour, 42 minute mark. There's a nuke from Chaos. Chaos fires nuke. It's his first spell, it looks like. Falconic's seen it. He's got to adjust. Chaos attacks for 263 into SpellZapp. SpellZapp's healing with a Cure 4 and more Power Gauntlets, and he's firing the Tempers. 2 hits for 41 for Falconic into Chaos. No, and 77. There's the Cure 4. It's a mirror image of the fight. The winner will move on to be 2-1. Both players want this. They've been battling the entire time. Cure 4 for SpellZapp. An attack from the Basmone. 4 hits, 223. There's the nuke. Okay, Chaos rocks SpellZapp now. Falconic saw it a minute ago. Now SpellZapp gets it. Denwu's gone. They're both healing. More Tempers going up for SpellZapp. Falconic's moving on to Roos. He does not have time to go for a potential X for strategy. Chaos' next spell is Fire 3. That's after nuke. SpellZapp's got to get those Cure 4s off. He gets one off and he can use to Temper. He's going to go with Amy, his Red Wizard. Falconic attacks for 102. Falconic's trying to get his evasion. He's going to get his evasion cap now, it looks like. SpellZapp is out of Tempers. He's going to chip with Lightning 3. Lightning 2 leads off from Chaos into SpellZapp. There's an attack from the Basmoon and Falconic for 330. We are dead even. 2 hits, no, that misses Falconic. No, there's Cure 4 from SpellZapp, 143.36. Falconic's going back to the Power Gauntlet. He's going to try to make that kill. 137 from Falconic and more evasion from SpellZapp. There's a nuke again from Chaos! Chaos almost got Falconic. He's going to get the Cure 4s off. We know that that's coming on SpellZapp's side. Falconic, there's a kill! 265, no! Fire 2! Falconic's down to 1 Light Warrior. SpellZapp down to 2 Light Warriors, and he's hurting. He fires hold misses. Bane Sword! Poison Smoke! Poison Smoke! Poison Smoke! Bane hits! Falconic Poison Smokes Chaos to take this match! Wow! Wow! GG, congratulations to the Enforcer Falconic FF! Wins this match with Poison Smoke!
Wow! Holy...
1 hour, 44.5 minutes. SpellZapp still fighting Chaos. Come on, SpellZapp takes out Chaos from 716. From the Masmone.
That... Falconic, as you've seen there, he had a game plan and he went with it. He didn't waste the turns, and he was able to bypass SpellZapp for it. SpellZapp kind of hesitated on a lot of his fights, or on a couple of his on Chaos fight where he didn't know what he was doing, and
wow. Okay, for the record, Falconic does win officially first place to the Enforcer, 1 hour, 44 minutes and 4 seconds. Second place to SpellZapp, 1 hour, 44 minutes, 42 seconds during a simultaneous Chaos pull. SpellZapp got there first. Falconic got there 3 seconds later to pull Chaos. Is the Enforcer with us?
The Enforcer is with you and is shaking uncontrollably because that entire seed was just not going my way, I didn't feel.
Dengu, can you take this for a second? I'm out of breath.
Falconic is, I mean, for us as spectators watching, SpellZapp initiated the Chaos fight 3 seconds ahead of you. And you two basically had the exact same counter. You guys used that hard reset and used that long run. You guys ran into everything the exact same way. He didn't see the carry nuke. You saw the nuclear.
Mm-hmm.
He saw Kraken nuke. You didn't see Kraken nuke. And Tia kind of was just there, wasted time. And then you guys both got into Chaos, and you guys, it was a race of menuing, and then you did something that I believe Will Cleosis almost had a heart attack off of.
Throwing out the Bane Sword? I mean,
yeah.
What else was I going to do? That White Mage had nothing left.
It was smart, and it worked. Well played on you on that one. You know, you tossed it out. I think it was the first time you tossed it out, and it killed it. And I looked down for a split second, I looked back up, and Chaos is dead. And I'm hearing Will going crazy, and I was like, oh my god. But for this seed, I mean, I want to get your guys' reaction because this was a 40-second difference between you. SpellZapp has joined on the Falconic. Kind of give us a rundown of kind of like, how you felt. I mean, I know you mentioned that you didn't feel like you raced well, but like.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, first off, GG to SpellZapp. I'll say it now. I'll say it a million times over. SpellZapp is a better player than I am. He just has the natural talent. So GG to you for sure. It sounds like we put up one heck of a match for the viewers, and that's really awesome to see. But it's just one of those seeds that it was almost kind of silly at the start with the key items that we were getting. It was just ping-ponging you back and forth, and then you could go here, but then that would open up there, and you could gamble here. And I really thought, I don't know if you guys caught it, but when I was leaving Sarda the first time, I saved at the fork going to Melmond and Earth Cave, and I debated heavily doing that early Earth, but I didn't feel that my levels were good enough then.
We saw it.
Yeah, so I skipped it then, and turns out that's where the loose floater was, so had I made my gamble, it probably would have paid off, so that already kind of had me on edge. But then there was stuff in there with like Blizzard or something, so you can kick yourself and say that it was a bad move not to go, but maybe I wouldn't have had the levels had I went Earth. So, fun game, but man, that was nerve-wracking. And I certainly appreciate SpellZapp going with the weird party again.
Hey, not a problem. GG, back to you, man. That was definitely a crazy one. I probably spent about 5 minutes too long on Garland, but...
You too, huh?
Yeah, and this thing, and SpellZapp has now joined us, the voice that you just heard there for a second. At the start, it was like you guys were running through a quicksand. You guys were trying to kill a Garland with confuse and hold, and hoping that not a rapier, but you guys had like a Falchion, I believe, or something like that, and iron hammers. I saw on your side, Falconic, and then all of a sudden, you guys, once you guys got nuke, it was like a drag race, and you guys kind of went all the same places. The biggest thing I wanted to question about, did you guys ever think about when you kind of dug that first floor of Earth and you guys got close to Oxiel, being able to buy the Oxiel, did any of you guys think about going into Sea Shrine instead of going into Earth?
Yes, and I couldn't afford it by like 300 gold. After I got done doing my little grind outside of Crescent Lake, I wrote down in my notes that Oxiel was 15k, which was not the case. It was 17k, and by the time I sailed over there and bought some houses or whatever it was that I bought, I couldn't afford it. So it was like, okay, well, I can either take a fight outside this town and then go in, or let's just go do Earth. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm thankful for not having enough money.
The exact same thing happened to me too. So I went to go to the other cities, check out the other cities and get some items or whatever. Maybe check if there was an incentive item. Mm-hmm. And then I accidentally bought Lit 3 at Melmond. And then on my way back, I was like, wait, I don't have enough money to buy the Oxiel. So now I have to go into Earth. And it actually ended up being the right play, but that was funny.
I was able to get to a little bit of it during the end of that match. But if you can hear my voice right now, welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer, because this is what we do. We got Dengwu, Wilcleosis, I'm the voice of FFR. These are the players, and we are a community, and we are a group. And this is the type of action, adventure, drama, and competition that we bring. And I dare anyone else to bring it up and do whatever they want, because this is what we do. I thank both of you, Falconic and SpellZapp. A little bit of hard numbers. SpellZapp, you were the first to enter the air at the 33-minute mark. Falconic, you entered at 36 minutes. 90 minutes, SpellZapp, you entered right on the dot. The Temple of Fiends are visited. Falconic, 1 hour, 32 minutes, 15 seconds, 2 and change behind. You were able to get through a few fights a little bit faster, the Green Medusas and the Unrunnables, which allowed you to catch up, and you did a little bit more attacking into, I think it was Kraken 2, whereas SpellZapp was making sure he survived, which he certainly did. You held hands through the entire game. The only route divergence that happened was SpellZapp, you dug out the Volcano area, the second floor. Otherwise, the route divergence started at 1 hour and 5 minutes. You did ordeals together, waterfall together, and everything. Falconic, you stopped. You made a decision after you found the Mazmoon and I think it was a split-second decision. Tell us about what you did and why.
Well, as soon as I picked up that Mazmoon, that gave me 2 characters that had weapons. So already I was kind of thinking the white magic in this game is not very good, except for like the Cure 4s, but I had already had that. It was low level, so it just kind of led itself to thinking about doing an Agma grind, and then I got really fortunate again. And I feel like that's kind of the theme for me in this race is just a lot of luck my way. But on the way down, as I'm debating whether or not I want to do this, lo and behold, I run into a loose Agma who dies in one hit to the Mazmoon. So it was like, all right, yeah, we're going to do this. And then at that point, it was just me banking on the fact that Topher was going to be really bad, and I do not want to go unless I'm prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And what easier way to prepare than to just grab, I think I did like 8 or 9 levels there against the Agma. So I wanted to make sure I was prepared. A party like this is not easy.
Should both of you guys watch this back? Number one, I recommend it because it is awesome. And we thank you for being a part of this and duking it out here live on Speed Gaming on Twitch, and relive forever over on YouTube with our great community over there of followers. You held hands, you were holding hands when you made that decision. SpellZapp found the Mazmoon first. He was always about 10-15 seconds ahead. Just that little bit each and every time. SpellZapp continued on and assumed the lead, which he maintained most of the way, and then it started to close just a little bit more. SpellZapp couldn't run from a fight. Falconic could, just little by little, until SpellZapp, you pulled Chaos, and then Falconic pulled Chaos 3 seconds later. SpellZapp, I wanted to ask you about something, but I forgot what it was. I forgot. Dengwu, what was it?
Oh, there's a couple. Or actually, I believe there was 2 things. Okay, first of all, how dare you have used me as a sacrificial lamb?
Okay.
But the other one was
it's the Vorpal.
You sold the Vorpal.
Yeah.
Right. So there were gold bracelets for sale, and I wanted those. Is the short answer. But the long answer is that the red mage doesn't get enough swings on it to scale fast enough with temper and power gauntlet. At least at the levels I was going in with. I felt like more swings was better.
Mm-hmm. My question is, SpellZapp, and in all seriousness, did it concern you when you made that move to get the gold bracelets? No, you did it because you had to dive Barsh Cave, and you knew that. I think that was a pretty slick move. But you're making a sacrifice at that point in time of a legitimate endgame weapon, no matter what anyone says. Did it concern you at all, and did it go through your mind at all of, what if I don't find the Mazmoon and you sacrifice the Vorpal?
I was going to go Bane strats.
What are those?
Yeah, I know, right? That's probably the right play, huh? No,
play.
But so I did. All through my practice seeds, I knew that I had to open up more chests. So the kind of the percentage that goes down, or it goes down a little bit as far as not getting the Mazmoon. So it was definitely a risk, and a risk I held in the back of my head. But I knew I'd just add a few more chests into my rotation, like all the keylock chests, as well as Titans and in that first little armory dive.
Also going on right now in Final Fantasy Randomizer action. We can't guarantee the type of show that these 2 players just put on, because that was one heck of a match. But going on right now on Speed Gaming 2, it's Hierofellows against Pizzapotamus in a battle of 1-on-1s. And coming up in just a little bit, less than a half hour, a couple of undefeateds. Lord of the Synth against One Fine Day. That's going to be on Speed Gaming 3. Falconic, Dengwu, SpellZapp. I'd love to join you and sit back and watch it. Enjoy these great Final Fantasy Randomizer shows. Talk about the match and just enjoy how much fun we're having here in the 2019 Spring Tournament. Falconic.
Yes, sir.
Poison Smoke. Talk to me.
Yeah, it sounds like, well, we were 40 seconds apart. It sounds like luck again. I'll say it all the entire time here. SpellZapp, I truly honestly think you're one of the absolute best new people we have, and I think you're going to start giving people a huge run for the money. I was talking to Will before the match. You might be flying under a lot of people's radars, but you're not flying under mine. I knew exactly what I was getting myself into here, and it's unfortunate to know that a lucky Bane sword toss is probably what gave me this win over you, since we were so close neck and neck. But I have no doubt that you're going to push yourself through over to the play-in race and then make the bracket. So, fun race. I really hope that next match I get an opponent that continues to do these crazy parties, because I think they're more entertaining than seeing the same parties over and over and over. And yeah, I think it's time for some beers and to sit back and watch other people sweat bullets.
I just cracked mine myself. We'd like to thank Caleb of RafeHatesCaleb.com, his great podcast and everything, all the help he's done on crew lately. He took care of our tracking, helped us out behind the scenes so much. His keyboard was a burnin'. You're welcome, Caleb. Very, very much appreciated. A great addition to the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, kind of following in the footsteps of, me and you, Falconic. And now, of course, we have the SpellZapp and the Dengwus, the recently graduated Ducklings, and we got another new wave coming here in the community. We're going to go ahead and, I think I just got my breath back, by the way. Thanks, Falconic. Thanks, SpellZapp. We're going to go ahead and move forward to final thoughts. We're going to move over to SpellZapp here. You are so close to being 3-0. The chat is talking about it. The great match with Tarnin, obviously, and then this coin flip of anything against the Enforcer. What are your thoughts moving forward in the tournament? Because I know Falconic thinks he might just run into you again.
I guess it's kind of a bad beat, but at the same time, it's you're so close that you just sort of run it back and you practice, you get rid of the small issues, and you just go at it again, because that's Final Fantasy Randomizer. You're going to lose sometimes when you should have won. But, I got to give it up to Falconic. Those kind words after the win, you can't be mad at a person after that.
That's my secret.
Yeah. And, I actually really I always wanted to do Red Mage carry, and I don't think I want to do it anymore after this week. I've learned how bad the Red Mage is, but it's good situationally. But I guess just to go forward, you just got to pick yourself back up and hope you get Caleb next week so you can get on that pod.
That was my plan.
That's funny, because that's what a lot of players are talking about. I want to be on Caleb's podcast. I want to be on Caleb's podcast. Once again, RafeHatesCaleb.com. It's great. They've been doing it for 5 years. Wonderful, wonderful people, and they love Final Fantasy, so they're part of the family. Falconic, 2-1, tough road you've had. You went against one of your best friends, Lord Fizzlebeef. You claimed luck, and you claimed Warmech won that match. Okay. Mm-hmm. You end up with the mastermind, the player that you picked to win this tournament, the player that I picked to win this tournament, Crab Cakes, couldn't take that one out, and you stole one from SpellZapp just now to move to 2-1. Moving forward, talk to me.
The fact that I'm not sitting here 0-3 is incredible. I said it during the reveal match, or the reveal stream, that I don't know that I could honestly, being honest with myself, I don't know I can pick anyone that's had a harder road than I've had in the first 3 weeks. Maybe equal to, but definitely not harder. Lord Fizzlebeef is, you obviously know, he's one of the best in the game. Crab Cakes, we picked a win. Losing to her, absolutely no surprise. I took a moral victory by coming within 6 minutes of her. And I talked to you about this earlier. I told you that I feared SpellZapp, that I knew what kind of player he was, and I was expecting to lose this one again, to go 1-2. So to be 2-1 is, I'll certainly take it, but I'm not above knowing that I could just as easily be 0-3. So maybe the dice keep rolling my way here, but 2-1, I'm going to start facing, again, continued competition that I think could quite easily take me out. So does the luck continue or not? We'll find out.
Coming up tomorrow, right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks, it's the final 3 matches of round 3. Begins at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Mama Duck Moist Mogwai against Magius in the penultimate match, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, in a battle of the undefeateds, and don't miss this match. The Dragon Slayer Wicleosis takes on Good Friend, and first time ever match, Tarnin. And in the encore, another couple of undefeateds. Out of the darkness comes Shadowwalker 227, taking on the quietest 2-0 that no one's talking about ever. Battle of Undefeateds, that's Saudi Wrath at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. That will also be right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. Dangwu, our maiden voyage, we finally got together.
We did. I'm no Bloodworth, but I tried to live up to the Wilminati the levels. I tried. It it's hard because you are the man, you know, you're the man, the myth, and the legend of this, the commentary, you know, and I appreciate you joining and helping me out. And these runners, amazing. Speed Gaming. I mean,
once again, we'd like to thank Carito. Carito's going to be with Final Fantasy Randomizer all night. He's taking care. He's making sure everything's cropped, the audio's good, and that broadcasters like myself and Dengwu can get in here and make this happen. Thank you, Carito. You've been doing a ton of it lately, and we can't thank you enough from the entire community, and I speak on behalf of them. Thank you for your kind words, Dengwu, as well. For both our players, Falconic FF and SpellZapp, our tracker Caleb of Wraith Hates Caleb, our restreamer Carito, my tag team partner Dengwu will do it again soon. I am the Dragon Slayer. Stay tuned to Speed Gaming 2 and Speed Gaming 3 tonight for more live action and everything I went through for tomorrow's live action to close out round 3. In the meantime, revive the power of the orbs.